What's up everybody, this is Master EN Gamer. The Overwatch 2 beta has been out for a little over a week at this point, and we've finally gotten a bit of commentary from the Overwatch developers regarding some of the bigger issues that players have been concerned with this particular beta, namely being Mercy, Symmetra, and Junker Queen? Although more so on the Q-time side of Junker Queen. The devs did today release a blog post outlining some of these topics, so I just wanted to go through and read through this blog post, share my thoughts on what the devs have to say about them. So jumping right on in, first up, Mercy. Guardian Angel gives Mercy important mobility that is key to her survivability. Over time, players learned that if you jump during the ability at a specific time, you could launch Mercy up into the air. This is super cool, however, it was completely unintentional. Mercy's super jump was the result of a bug that occurred during Guardian Angel, but players made it part of her utility. We liked the idea of a bug turned into a feature, so the changes to Mercy in this beta were meant to make the super jump more reliable and consistent. However, we saw some issues with the implementation of this latest version throughout the first week of the beta, so we'll be changing up the ability in the mid-cycle patch. Our goal with the next change is to give players even more control over Guardian Angel, while also increasing its flexibility. After this upcoming patch, Guardian Angel will not automatically launch Mercy into the air, but it will now have a meter that charges while the ability is active. When canceling Guardian Angel with a jump, Mercy will be launched into the direction she is facing. The more charge she gets during the ability, the more momentum the launch has when she cancels it with jump. We're looking forward to seeing how the community engages with this ability in the beta to get Mercy ready for the Overwatch 2 launch. Okay, first impressions, sounds like they're further complicating this whole super jump implementation they're aiming for with Mercy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but considering how upset people have been with this beta version of Mercy already, I'm very curious to see how this new direction for the ability or mechanic is going to end up playing out. Now, I will mention at the time of me recording this video, this patch hasn't actually gone out yet. I don't think Blizzard has actually stated when this mid-cycle patch is going to be happening. It might not happen until next week, which would be unfortunate because then we wouldn't have as much time to test it. But regardless, we haven't gotten a chance to actually try out the changes they state here just yet, but it is a curious direction for them to try to take this mechanic. If I'm understanding the wording of how this new mechanic is going to work, it sounds like you can only get that massive aerial boost if you start from very far away from the target. Since the meter charges while the ability is active, it seems like you're going to have to fly a decent distance towards your target before you can initiate that jump, which I guess just prevents people from standing next to someone, using Guardian Angel, and then being able to fly into the air, which was pretty problematic, let's admit. So it sounds like there is potentially some potential with this ability change. I'm definitely curious to see how it plays out, and hopefully for all you Mercy players out there, it'll feel better than what we have currently, because I know this version hasn't been received very well. Personally, I'm not someone who ever really plays Mercy, so it hasn't been much of an impact for me in terms of actually playing the Overwatch 2 beta, but I am glad to see that Blizzard is at least acknowledging one of these major concerns the community has had recently, since it's kind of been messy, let's be honest. Moving on to the next part of this blog post though, we have Symmetra, another character who's been in a messy situation with this Overwatch 2 beta, and the devs go ahead and mention, we recognized in the first beta that Symmetra didn't quite fit into the play space Overwatch 2's changes were defining. Faster paces, more engagements, less barriers, there are fewer tanks that Symmetra can use to charge up, and the removal of assault maps takes away a defensive stage that she previously shined on. We expected the changes to Symmetra's teleporter and secondary fire projectile speed to be the primary solutions, but we overshadowed these with other nerfs. One of these nerfs was no longer gaining ammo from barriers, which we removed to put power back into her ammo capacity, since barriers are much less prevalent. Our reasoning for some of the other nerfs was that Symmetra is already a statistically strong hero, and we feared these changes alone would push her over the edge. That said, one of the benefits of this beta is that we can make changes and iterations prior to launch. We're currently trying out the following changes in internal tests. Secondary fire projectile size increased from 0.4 back to 0.5, secondary fire charge time reduced from 1.2 seconds back to 1 second, teleporter cooldown reduced from 16 seconds to 12 seconds, and teleporter cooldown reduced from 16 seconds to 12 seconds. Additionally, we have another change for her in mind that we're currently testing internally. This iteration charges her primary fire beam to level 3 faster to help compensate for less tanks and shields to charge it up. We're not sure if this change will stick, but our goal is to make Symmetra feel more natural in Overwatch 2. So again, similar to Mercy, it's nice for the devs to at least acknowledge, their mindset when it came to the changes they gave Symmetra in this latest beta, and it's nice to see that they're recognizing many of the concerns players are having and are trying to accommodate for them. So again, I hope this is going to end up being a more satisfying version of the hero for those of you out there who do play Symmetra quite a bit. Again, she's a hero that I don't have much experience with, so I cannot comment personally in terms of whether or not I think these changes are going to end up benefiting her to any great extent or whatnot, but I am certainly eager to see how they play out, and hopefully they'll help out the hero, who currently is not in a very good state. The last section of this blog post, though, talks about Junker Queen and tank queues, stating that over the past week, we've seen tank queues surge with the release of Junker Queen, as many players wanted to try out our newest hero. While this is generally something we expect when we release new heroes, we've been encouraged to see queue times improve and even out somewhat already. Our initial thoughts on her gameplay is that she fits well into the more offensive, aggressive playstyle in Overwatch 2. We've fixed a few of her bugs in the upcoming mid-cycle patch, but she's still early in the testing phase. We're going to continue to watch how she performs in the beta to prepare her for our launch. There are some other heroes we are watching, like Zenyatta and Sojourn, who may need to be tuned down a little prior to launch. We like the direction of Roadhog's ultimate changes in the beta, and we're now working on making it feel more intuitive and polished. The team will continue to work on these improvements leading up to launch. In the meantime, you can expect some changes to Moira and Mercy in this upcoming mid-cycle patch. Please keep sharing your feedback and thoughts. The beta brings us one step closer to launch, and we are thankful our community is involved in the testing. Alright, so not a whole ton said there. They basically just said, tank queues are ridiculous because, a new hero was added, which, true. I mean, that's the whole reason tank queues are so long right now. Wish they had maybe sort of commented on the fact that supports being a really unsatisfying role to play at the moment. Probably playing into that as well. But regardless, it is nice to hear that they're going to be fixing some of the bugs the queen has. I don't know if those are going to really play into any of her weird visual aspects and how some of the ability animations and sound effects don't feel quite right. That might be something they end up tweaking later down the line. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And Sojourn and Zenyatta potentially getting nerfs is something which, yeah, I'm not surprised to hear them mention. I've actually played quite a bit of Zenyatta in this latest Overwatch 2 beta, and I've been doing really, really well with him. Like, way better than I should be doing with Zenyatta, since I'm genuinely not that good with him as a hero. So yeah, Zen could probably use some nerfs. Sojourn does also feel very strong, and I am excited to see what these Moira and Mercy changes end up being. I don't know if there's going to be Mercy changes beyond the Guardian Angel one they mentioned in this blog post, but either way, there should be some exciting things regarding that, so hopefully we end up learning more about this upcoming new balance patch sometime soon, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long to get it so we can actually see if it improves some of these heroes. Anyways, that does it for this quick news update video. Thank you all so much for watching. Definitely let me know your thoughts on any of the things talked about in this blog post here today by dropping a comment down below. Are you excited to see how they end up changing Mercy and Symmetra, and are you optimistic about the outcome we may end up seeing? Or maybe you just feel like it's not gonna do anything for these heroes. Either way, I'd love to hear from ya, and be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit up that bell icon, and come join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.